Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man. I'm coming to you from parts unknown. This is an introductory video. What am I introductoring? I'm introductoring this spare. I'll call it a spare channel. So that's why I put up some harmless stuff up here, humor, especially for first 30 seconds. Because when I upload this video, I have to make sure it doesn't get rejected by the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? Some of you may know that I uploaded a live stream to Bumble last night, and I'm going to put a little preview here in this video for people to see what I have over on Bumble, and I'm trying to get a situation where I can multi-stream, okay? And it dawned on me last week that I really didn't have squat. If I had problems with the main channel, I was in trouble. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have a backup place to go on Utisel, and I didn't have anything developed on Rumble. So anyway, I've been furiously working. And those of you who went to Bumble last night know also I had other things I talked about during the program with my little Sadie. Everything's okay, but the whole story's over there on Bumble. So I'm going to play a little 10-minute clip or so from that live stream. It's about an hour and a half altogether. And the two subjects during this clip, I've got it on the screen right now, kind of. But people talk about who's running the world and what's behind these deprivation of our rights, and how freedom ain't what it used to be, especially for people that grew up back in the day, when politics were quite different than they are now. And yes, there is a spiritual and philosophical quality to what is happening and who is really running the show, who's the puppets and who's the puppet masters. And we explore that in quite a bit of detail. Some people may differ on who it is or bloodlines or who's the real culprits. But let me tell you one thing for sure. Whatever it is, they have to have willing players, okay? What many people refer to rather blithely is useful idiots. Sometimes they call them that. But for a tyrannical apparatus to be successful, to work, they have to have minions. They have to have willing people who are willing to help them achieve their goals. And they do this through psychological operations of affecting people spiritually, controlling the narrative, and they get people to think, hey, I am doing good, hence the term do-gooders. But I tell you what, there's nothing more aggravating than somebody with an authority fetish that thinks they're a do-gooder on top of wanting to be authority. I'm going to laugh at myself a little bit. Before I play that clip from last night's live stream, I did a little tutorial on Bumble, how to use Bumble. I don't think I should do tutorials as a career path, but anyway, it's just a short tutorial because a lot of people get to the Bumble page and it's all one word, Mountain Man Speaks, and you go there and you see a video that's 10 months old. Wait a minute, I'll go ahead and play this little clip here, and you all can see what I mean. What you do, you go to the search bar, you put in Mountain Man Speaks, all one word. Yeah. Click on it. Boom. And there you go. Mountain Man Speaks. Oh, it's got a 10-month-old video. We got to tap on this blue button with the M on it. I might change that, but anyway, the look of that. But you got to tap on that again. Watch. I'm going to tap it right now. Pow. There you go. Takes you right there. Mountain Man Speaks. And there's my latest video. Then that's how it works. Ha, ha, ha. So that was my Mountain Man Speaks tutorial. What'd you think of that? Ha, ha, ha. But anyway, I'll go ahead and play this clip. But two main points here. You get do-gooders. You get people to think they're doing good when they're really serving somebody else's desires, of these, call them shadow groups or whatever you want to call them. They affect people spiritually, go straight for their common sense and twist it. Look at the meme with the cavemen, okay? Think about the qualifications. Oh, I am smarter and we got to check and see if this is safe. Would they rather be freezing their rear ends off? Are they thankful to Og or Grog, whoever came up with the concept of fire to keep their rear ends warm? No, they start criticizing and wanting to take over the situation. The way that you do it is divide groups, okay? You divide groups, and how do they usually divide groups? Religion and RACE. I got to be careful what words I use. Anyway, let me play this clip. This is from Mountain Man Speaks, all one word, on the alternative platform known as Bumble, but you put an R in there instead of a B. And it's a harmless clip. And like I say, I got to make sure this thing gets approved, be uploaded. So I'll go ahead and play this clip. I might interrupt while it's going on. So what if I interrupt? It's my clip. I can interrupt if I want to. Ha ha.
And he says, I'm bringing the fight to you. I'm going to Black America. I'm coming to Harlem.
And he did go to Harlem. And, I talked in the past that I thought it was curious that we hadn't heard anything from Jesse Jackson. And not a lot of people know the reputation that Trump had back in the day. He was very much accepted in the black community, very much accepted. And you wouldn't know that watching the news today because it's a coordinated effort to malign him and malign his supporters. It's like Trump put out in a tweet or a truth that they're committing a crime not just against him with these prosecutions. They're committing crimes against all of us. And I'll pull that up once I come across it. But I was wondering about Jesse Jackson's side. So I went ahead and looked him up the other day. And he's 82. Let me see. Jesse Jackson Sr., former shadow senator, D.C. That was a ridiculous notion. There won't be a formal D.C. as we know it after this is all done. I mean, we can't give electoral votes to a postage stamp on the map that is full of communists. But anyway, he's 82 years old now. He started the Rainbow Coalition, and I posited that he would not approve of the way that symbol's being used and how they pretty much hijacked his movement, the Rainbow Coalition. He was talking more of cultures and races coming together like a rainbow, not what they're doing. But anyway, I don't know what kind of health he's in. He's an American civil rights activist, politician, and ordained Baptist minister. I don't think he would agree with the far left view of ending human life in a pregnancy. I don't think he would agree with that. And maybe there's going to be some timing involved when he comes out. But then again, he may not be coming out because of his health. He may not be coming out because maybe he's been menaced, told you better not. I don't know. But in the past, those of you who've been with me for a while, back during the Jimmy Carter days, when we had the oil embargo, people had to wait in gas lines. We had rationing. We had shortages. You couldn't go to work. A lot of young people can't even fathom that kind of a situation. But here he is at a protest. No gas shortage, save the worker. And he was economically understanding the importance of people being able to get out and about and work their jobs. So, yeah, he's a liberal, but so was Kennedy. Kennedy was a realist. Kennedy wouldn't put up 1 minute with what's going on in Washington, D.C. He tried to stop it, and they killed him. Okay? Along with his brother, Robert F. Kennedy Sr. So, anyway, be interesting to see what happens. If ever at all, Jesse Jackson steps in and has his say, the Democratic Party will never get the vote of minorities again. So, anyway, here we go. What's this? Liberals, anytime you have a valid criticism of Joe Biden. What about Trump? All the cooked up stuff, and I'm not going to go into the details, but the jury selection been going on is farcical. But the mainstream media is not going to let the average Joe Schmo or the conditioned person that does not like, been conditioned to not like Trump, they're not going to let him know. They're not going to let them know just how bad this jury selection is going. And in the end, it's going to be found out to be that there are people planted that should never have been on the jury selection. Here we go. About Jesse and the gas. Here we go. The great delusion. We got a number of great delusions. Somebody with their little pedal bike and where electricity really comes from. You know, I was thinking the other day, I talked about internal combustion engines, and that's the main thing ever since they started with catalytic converters and they got rid of leaded gasoline. That a car, basically, the biggest thing it emits is water, H2O. There's really not a technology with enough power to move any country that's any cleaner than an internal combustion engine with a catalytic converter and unleaded fuel. And after I said that, I had a picture I put up before of somebody charging their vehicle, and the meme said, pretend you don't notice that diesel generator behind you as you charge your electric vehicle. And this is a great big square, and it's a real photo. It's not AI or made up or nothing. It's a generator at an electric station that creates the electricity, a diesel generator. And it dawned on me, those diesel generators don't have catalytic converters. They don't run on premium gas. Okay? They don't have emissions that are mostly H2O. But they have to run for hours, that's in the plural, to charge up a car, so a car can run hours on electric. It's a zero-sum game. It's zero savings, zero. As a matter of fact, it's a negative. It's a waste of time and money. I was talking about a video I had that I saw when it happened. I didn't see it live, but I saw on the news reports the day it happened. 2 mechanics on top of a windmill. And I'll play it for you. And, it's sad, but this is what happens, folks. With these monstrosities that you would not be able to generate enough electricity from to justify the fuel expenditure and the raw material to create and maintain the damn thing. But it certainly wasn't worth the lives of these two men.
October 29, 2013, 4 mechanics were on top of a wind turbine in the Netherlands during routine maintenance. All of them were about 80 meters above ground. Things started to go wrong. While the mechanics were doing their work, the turbine suddenly caught on fire. This was most likely due to a short circuit in the shady turbine purchased from a secondhand dealer. Since the turbine was about 80 meters above the ground, the mechanics knew that the firefighters wouldn't be able to help them. They were on their own. 2 of the mechanics quickly took action and managed to escape the fire. After they managed to successfully reach the ground, the 2 others decided to do the same, but it was too late as the fire quickly spread through the turbine, leaving no room for escape. The 19 and 21-year-old had realized what was about to happen and spent their last moments hugging each other. This photo was taken minutes before the 2 lost their lives to a devastating incident.
Yeah, and how many injuries and loss of life have happened past that they're never going to tell us about? I mean, being a lineman for the county is dangerous, okay? On telephone poles. Can you imagine having to service those monstrosities? So, yeah, the do-gooders gonna save the world can KMA because they're idiots and they don't know what they're talking about and costing us all a lot of money. All for delusion. Here's what I was going to put on my thumbnail. I like this. I saw this on YouTube the other day. Freedom is not a reward for compliance. That's how jails work. And if you think about your everyday life, that's pretty much how we're being treated. We'll get our freedom when they say it, okay? When they say it. And there's a backlash with that. It's called auditors. I might go over some of that in a little bit, but a lot of people are challenging the status quo, falling into sovereign citizenship, taking things to extremes or not really understanding the law and getting themselves in pickles, okay? We could talk about that. I was going to interview an attorney who got a law degree pretty much the way Abraham Lincoln did, but we're not able to hook up, especially with in the past week with the stuff that's been going on. But maybe we'll have a chat in the future. But anyway, we need some old school